it's me, and I'm here to speak now about how I lost 50 pounds. Yeah, I know it's corny, but I couldn't help it. Hi, today is August 27th, and in case you didn't know, my name is Lisa. I am so excited to be sharing this news with you. I finally officially lost 50 pounds, and oh my god, it was a struggle. I made this plan last year, December, New Year's resolution. I was gonna lose 100 pounds this year. I only lost 10 pounds so far. I like 10 or 15 or something like that. And believe me when I tell you how annoying it has been to not lose weight like I wanted to. Yeah, basically a lot of it had to do with huge amounts of stress and just being extremely adrenal because I was basically running on nothing at work. I was just running all day long, chasing after little 3-year-olds and not having a second to rest. And that was just causing so much wear and tear and inflammation in my joints and my muscles, and I just could not get to this point where I wasn't exhausted. And what that does is it makes you hungry. So I wasn't gaining weight. I was definitely maintaining my weight, which is great because that's one of the hardest things to do when you lose weight, is not whiplashing and regaining the weight. I maintained it just fine. That was fine. It was just I could not lose. I don't think it was a true plateau. It was just because I could see the cause of what was happening, and it's actually taken me something like 2 months to de-stress enough where I could get to the point where I could lose weight again, because those stress hormones were like the cortisol and the adrenaline was really, really pulling me down. But I did lose 50 pounds overall, and we're all so happy about it now. And I'm going to talk about how losing 50 pounds helped me survive the ERAS tour. Yes, that is right, Taylor Swift's ERAS tour, which I attended in Detroit on Friday, June 9th. It was one of the best nights ever. So as you may know, I am a huge Swiftie. I've done some videos on her before, especially when she was accused of fat phobia, and about how I didn't get tickets, and then I did get tickets, and how exciting that was. And just like her, I was also born in 1989. We are both millennial 1989 babies. And I had the best time ever going to the ERAS tour in Detroit. So Detroit was kind of a standard show. It was the most standard one that she had been doing so far. Long Live had not been added to the set list yet, even though I'm wearing this Speak Now sweater, the official cardigan for Speak Now. Very excited to have it. I'm just, I remember I bought it right when it went on sale. I was one of the first people to get that thing. I got it literally 2 minutes after it went on sale. So I was very excited for that announcement, and I was hoping that she would do more announcements and more cool Speak Now things while I was in Detroit, and she did. So yeah, the Detroit show was kind of in the middle of the tour, so we already kind of knew what to expect, and that it was going to be 5 hours of music, 3.5 from Taylor, and then an hour-ish from her opening acts, and messing around and going back and forth. And Detroit parking that day was already declared to be impossible. There just wasn't enough for the demand, especially when you have all these Swifties who don't have tickets coming to the concert, hoping beyond hope that they'll somehow get in. And I remember there was this really sad looking girl sitting under a tree, and just she just looked hopeless, and just she wanted to get in, but clearly she wasn't. And I felt bad for her. It was just it was even wild that I was getting to go, because if you remember, I didn't get tickets in the initial sale. I had to wait for the second chance, which thank God, thank you Taylor, and thank God for giving us a second chance where we could elect to receive tickets by lottery, and you just tell them how much you want to pay, and then they will pick tickets for you. And they picked third row tickets right in the center for me, and I was just over the moon. I mean, there were so many times during the night I was 10 feet from Taylor Swift. And and there was even one time where she and it's really embarrassing, where she looked at me for a second, and she smiled weakly at me. And I mean, to me, I was really happy she smiled at me, but I got this sense that she kind of felt sorry for me, oh, you poor thing kind of look, which was not the best look to be getting from Taylor Swift. But I was still holy crap, we made eye contact. It was amazing. Yeah. Anyways, so prep for that day. I knew from the beginning that I wanted to go in something with a red aesthetic. I'm not a huge costumer. I know the Swiftie-verse loves to put together these huge costumes. I just didn't have the time or the money to do that, but I just wanted to put on some of my red stuff. So I had a red shirt and this beautiful lace bomber jacket that you might have seen in one of my previous videos, and I had the red glasses, the heart glasses. I'll show you a picture right here. And I was like hoping beyond hope that she would do a Red, a surprise song. So yeah. And yeah, so that was my favorite album of all time. I love Red. Red is definitely my number one. And it was their album that I think officially made me a Swiftie. Before I was just a fan, but Red was when I was like, I am a Swiftie and I will defend her until the end of the year. Yeah, so I put together my outfit and it was just very simple, but also very comfortable because, you know, as somebody who's, you know, very overweight, and I knew I was going to be standing for that full 4-hour show. You know, I was going to be standing the entire time she was singing. I wasn't sitting down. And so I had really comfy shoes. They were like these cute little booties that were Dr. Scholl's boots. And so they were very comfortable to like walk and stand in, but also like stylish. And so it took me a few hours to get ready because I was like doing my makeup and my hair and stuff. And, you know, I was also just relaxing at the same time, trying not to like overexert myself before the show. And my dad was gonna be nice enough to drop us off because parking was gonna be insane, as I mentioned. And so he was gonna drop us off, and it was not hard at all. Like, Detroit really has it down. They're really good at getting you in and out of the city, like, as fast as possible. Like, there's traffic once you get out of the city, but navigating the city itself and getting able to get in and leave is quite easy. And the cops really have it down to a science. And so they were like navigating us in, and then like it was like 5 minutes of drop off. I think from getting off the highway to getting to the drop off point, it was only 5 minutes. It was pretty good. And we got there around, I want to say 3:30 p.m. and the doors opened at 4:30 p.m. And we were like, we got into the line like right away. And I think it only took us like, after the doors opened, only 15 minutes to get into the stadium. And it was kind of funny because all these police officers were around there like asking us questions and being like, so you're a Taylor Swift fan? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. And they just wanted to know things. So they were always like really interested by this weird phenomenon that was going on with people just flocking to the city and wanting to, you know, see this concert and how big of an event it was. And it actually like stimulated the Detroit economy so much. Like all the hotels were booked. All the restaurants had the best weekend ever since like before COVID. And so we get in and we immediately go to find a merch line. And we've been told by one of the people like inside who would like come out for a second, there were merch lines, like don't go to the first merch table. They are literally all over the stadium on every floor. And just like, if that line's long, go to the next one. We took that advice because there was like this massive line. I'm like, I'm not waiting in that line. That was way too long. So we took his advice and we went to the next one. And we immediately got to the merch table. I bought like everything. Might have to like show that. I'm gonna show that, 1 second. Okay, here it is. Yes, this is the ERAS tour stuff that I got. It's all still in the bag because I just haven't had time to like unbox it and repack it. We have like this light up baton that I honestly did not use during the entire thing. I don't even know if it still lights up anymore. Oh, it does. Okay, look at that. See, you could like shake it, make Taylor look at you. Because honestly, having a sign would be the worst thing ever, and everybody would hate you. So you have to find another way to look at you. I also got the ERAS Tour Detroit poster. It's a little bit rolled up right now. I want to get it framed eventually and put it next to all my Taylor Swift stuff. But I was very excited to have this. Detroit. Yes, very exciting. So glad she did 2 nights in Detroit. During Reputation Tour, she only did 1 night, but honestly, 2 was needed. I mean, 3 would have been excellent. I would have probably gone twice. I got the bracelet, the Capital One bracelet. It lit up, and during the show, I got this is my floor band. It's purple. Yes. Just like Speak Now. I think they were purple for a reason, just saying. And I got this really cool ERAS Tour tapestry. It has all the ERAS on it. Super excited. I want to also like hang this up somehow in this room. I gotta find a place for it. But love it. So happy I got it. It's funny because like I took my mother with me, and it was like I was trying to like be like, I don't know what I want. My mom's like, just buy anything you want. I'll pay for it. I was like, oh, thank you, Mom. I don't know. She like gets really excited. Like that's the way she shows love. Sometimes it's just like, you know, we're at these like fancy things and then she'll buy me stuff. Unless we're going to Disney World because I buy way too much. And then she's like, you're paying for yourself. My mom also got this ERAS Tour t-shirt in white with all the things on the back. And I got this black one. Awesome. Yay. Then we also got the CD, like the one you could only buy at the concert that had You're Losing Me on it. And so I got that CD, but I'm not going to show it to you because it's in my car right now. I'm not going to go in my car and take it out and whatever. So yeah, then we got food, and we always like, if we go to Ford Field, we love to get gyros. Because, you know, like Detroit is famous for Greek town, so they have like the Greek food, and we get gyros, and they're delicious, and we eat them on the floor. And then Gracie Abrams came on. I didn't really know any of her songs. Those are kind of like Gen Z artists. I'm a millennial. Her voice was really nice. Her music was interesting. I might look it up later. Girl in Red was really good though. Her music was really stylistic and something I definitely thought like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this later. And she's like from Norway. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, and then Taylor came on. Like the clock appeared and I'm like, the clock appeared. Like I'm waiting for her to come up. And because I knew she's gonna start with Miss Americana and then move into Cruel Summer. And Cruel Summer obviously is one of my favorite songs of all time. And so yeah, she goes through, she comes up and I'm like, ah! And then she does Cruel Summer and we scream the bridge because you cannot listen to that song without screaming the bridge. And she goes through the Love Era and it was just really awesome and fantastic. And I love the songs that she was doing there. And I love how she like announced like, hello Detroit, I'm gonna be your host this evening. My name's Taylor, you know, it was just really cute. And then she moved into Fearless. I love the Fearless tour. And if you remember in my video, I said that if she does a Fearless song, I want her to do the title track. I wanted her to do Fearless. And she did. And I was so excited. I was so excited. I really wanted to hear Fearless live. And I finally did. And then that was just amazing. And then she did Evermore. And like, I was so excited for Tolerate It. I really wanted to hear Tolerate It. And she did it. And I have a recording of it. But the recording was ruined because the girl to my right was so off key that when she gets to the part where she's singing Believe Me I Could Do It, the girl screams that lyric off key so loud that it's the only thing my phone picks up and it ruined it. Like I don't care if you're singing the song lyrics as loud as you can, but screaming off key does not make you more of a fan. Just saying. And after Evermore, Reputation comes on, and Reputation is my mom's favorite album. Like when the snake stuff happens, my mom is like, yeah, you know, because it's so cool and stylistic, it's so theatrical and dramatic. And it was just really exciting to see like the snake stuff come out, and she comes up and I think she starts with Are You Ready For It? And that one was just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for it. and so my mom, like my mom was like, she's a little, you know, she wasn't as spry as I was, you know, there. So she was like sitting down by the end of Evermore, like, this is the relaxing music. I need to relax and just watch the screen for a bit, you know. Don't come for her. She's an adult. And it was funny because there was like so many moms. It was like a mom every other chair, like for their teenagers. And I just brought my mom, even though I'm like 34. There was like a mom every other chair. And and they were all sitting down because they were just exhausted. And all the girls were standing up. It made it a little bit easier actually in the row to have room for yourself. But yeah, so when Reputation came on, she stood up so she could see all that snake stuff. And that was great. Oh my God, don't blame me in the transition into Look What You Made Me Do. I was jumping. Like, I was like literally jumping and shaking and like up and down. And like, I would not have been able to do that if I had not lost 50 pounds because them like gears and suspension would not have been able to support me, right? So thank God I lost 50 pounds, right? And yeah, so after that we had, it was Speak Now, and she only did the one song Enchanted, but I've always wanted to hear Enchanted live. So the only thing I was sad about, I really, really wanted Long Live, but obviously it was on the set list then. But Enchanted was still great, and then she moved into Red. Right, and I love Red, and I was like, I was so close to the girl who got the 22 hat. Like, when where they gave her the hat on the stage, it was literally like 5 feet to my left. So I got to see her like hug Taylor and give her the hat, and it was really cute, and I was really happy for her. Like, do I wish it was me? Of course, everyone does, but if it's not me, you want to go to a little kid, they're making those core memories, and it was just really cute. And I finally got to hear All Too Well live, the 10-minute version, and I was like standing there and I was just like wanting to cry. The only song I cried during, I forgot to say this, during Evermore was Marjorie, because it's about Taylor Swift's grandmother and how she's no longer with us and all that, and just listening to the song like made me like a singular tear fall down my face. I wasn't like bawling. But I also wanted to cry during All Too Well, but I pretty much only have 1 tear in me per day, so it already like left my body earlier that evening. And here's the thing, I knew every single lyric to every single song. The only song I did not know all the lyrics to was during the acoustic session, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and that's only because I was too overwhelmed and excited. I could not remember the verses because I was just like in my head a little bit too much. And yeah, so after Red was Folklore, and that was great. The August run was just as amazing in person as I saw it on Twitter, and I loved every moment of that. I love Great American Dynasty, and I'm so happy she sang that song during the set. And then she did 1989, and I'm still standing by this point. And it's been like nearly 3 hours, okay, by this point. And I'm still standing, but I'm like fine. I am not tired. I'm a little bit sore, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not like, it's no big deal. Like, I'm here with Taylor, so it's no big deal. And I loved seeing Blank Space and Style live. I mean, she did to some extent at the Reputation tour, which I also went to, but we got to see like the full songs this time, except for Style. She left the verse out, but it was fine. She did the Take Me Home part, I'm pretty sure, like right near where I was. So that was cool to see. And then she did the acoustic sessions. And it was so exciting because I was close to the piano and like close enough to the guitar. And the guitar part, she like was talking about Speak Now, and I'm like, holy crap, we're gonna get a Speak Now song. And we got Haunted. And I remember the lyrics to the chorus, but like during the verse, I was like, I can't focus right now. And so I was only like getting to the chorus, I was like, come on, like that part. But I collected myself enough when she started doing a Red acoustic song, which I was so happy I got a Red acoustic, because I just told you Red's my favorite album. And it was I Almost Do, and I was so happy. I knew all the lyrics to that one. I was just like singing it as loud as I could, not obnoxiously. I was not screaming, I was singing. And yeah, so like that was amazing. And then she dove into the stage, and that was awesome to watch. And then she did Midnights, and it was so great. It was so great. And then I was standing there after everything was done, and I was so elated. I was full of like good, happy hormones, right? The ones, not the bad stress hormones, the good stress hormones. And we are making our way out of the stadium, and then we realized all the roads are blocked. And my dad is like driving around the city, like waiting for us to call him for to come pick us up. And we have to walk 2 miles, like I kid you not, 2 freaking miles to get to a place where the roads were not blocked anymore, so he could like stop on the street, pick us up, and there's still like cops everywhere, right? And so there's like no way he can come down these streets. And so like we like walked those 2 miles, and we get in the car, and I'm like, we're both exhausted. My mom is dying, and I'm just like tired and a little bit sore. And I get home the next day, I'm like barely even sore. And I was like, you know what? I would not have been able to do this if I hadn't dedicated myself so much to losing those 50 pounds and working out as much as I could. And I could stand and do all that stuff for 4 hours. And it's just, you know, that is, when they talk about weight loss and they're saying like, just because you're overweight does not mean you're unhealthy. I'm like, if you're so overweight that you can't stand for those 4 hours for a concert, then it's like, that is a problem. You have to be able to be able to do the things that you love in the settings that they're in. You know, I cannot go to this concert and expect them to put out like a lounge chair for me because I'm so sore from being so overweight. And that's why I'm so happy I was able to lose that weight. And I'm almost at 55 pounds, and I can't wait to do that video. Hopefully not this next weekend, but the weekend after. I'll have lost it by then, or maybe this weekend, I don't know, if I'm lucky. And I'll be able to do my 55-pound update. But yeah, I lost 50 pounds. Very excited. Had the best night ever at the ERAS tour. Losing 50 pounds helped me survive it. And I'm so grateful to Taylor Swift that she was able to get us those tickets via the Second Chance program. And yeah, that's basically it. As you can see, I'm wearing the Speak Now sweater as I talked about. I have my Speak Now colors on. I'm already fully in 1989 nails, but you know, more on that to come. Anyways, that was all for now, and yeah, I hope you have a great week, weekend, week, day, whatever, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.